Barca! Barca! Barca!
Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We are going to start with Sergio Roberto, as Barcelona decision makers have split over a new contract for the veteran midfielder. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about Pablo Gavi, as Bayern Munich continues to show interest, and reports are claiming that Bayern will only entertain a Lewandowski swap deal for the Barcelona midfield prodigy. We are also going to be looking at that as we move ahead. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end.
Barca! Barca! Barca!
Barcelona director Matteo Alemany was scheduled to meet the agent of utility man Sergio Roberto on Tuesday to discuss a new contract. However, the meeting was postponed due to the media appearance of President Laporta to explain the ticket fiasco. Mundo Deportivo now reports that Alemany could meet Roberto's agent Josep Maria Orobic later today on Wednesday to try and thrash out a deal for the 30-year-old midfielder/right back. A product of the La Masia youth setup, the Spaniard has hardly been a regular in the side, but manager Xavi Hernandez values the tactical versatility and experience that he brings to the table and wishes for him to continue at the Camp Nou. Apart from the manager, President Joan Laporta is also of the opinion that Roberto should be handed a new contract by the club, but the same opinion is not shared by several other decision makers at the Camp Nou, including director Matteo Alemany himself. Nevertheless, talks are going to be held over a new contract for Roberto, with his current one set to expire at the end of June. The report adds that discussions were held last week as well, but Barcelona's offer of a significantly lower and deferred salary over a 2-year deal has not changed. Roberto, for his part, wishes to stay put at the club. However, he is not willing to do so by foregoing a great portion of his salary, as he has other offers on the table. So it remains to be seen how negotiations go in the latest meeting, with both parties still quite far away from reaching an agreement. While his future remains unresolved, the Spanish international is closing in on making a return from injury, having been out on the sidelines since late October last year. The La Masia product has resumed team training ahead of this week's La Liga clash against Real Sociedad. With Sergio Roberto's case, it is difficult to anticipate what will happen in the future when it comes to his contract situation. For a long time now, we have been talking about Roberto's contract expiring at the end of this season, and why manager Xavi preferring him to stay. Most of the board members don't want that. Roberto, of course, before his injury even came that October last year, he has really lost his prominence. He's not that impactful in games as he usually do. And of course, he was heavily criticized by his on-field performances a lot. And one positive thing about his play is his versatility, which manager Xavi admires a lot, and that is the reason why he wants to keep him. But with all honesty, the likelihood of him staying is very, very slim. More so because the contract, let me say the payments, the wage cut he have not agreed upon, because Barca wanted to slash about 70%, which was so high, and it will be difficult for his agent to accept such a pay cut. And that is even a more reason why he will likely leave Barcelona. So with Matteo Alemany, as reports are saying, trying to meet again with his agent, maybe later today, to see if they can come to a compromise. It will be interesting to see if the player and his agent accept, the offer from Barcelona, because from the look of things, Barca have no intention whatsoever to change their stand. So it's either Roberto and his representative accept that, or they leave. And it is very likely they leave from the look of things, except things take a change for the better. In the recent past, he have been attracting interest from some La Liga clubs like Celta Vigo and also Atletico Madrid showing interest. And in England, Premier League, we have been talking about Man City showing interest, but those interests have disappeared as it stands. But Roberto will not lack club. That's the only thing. He will not lack a place to go. And Honestly speaking, keeping Roberto at Barcelona will be very tricky because it is hard for him to even have game time. Because when we look at the right back slot, Barca want to go for a right back this summer. And if Roberto comes right now, Sergio Dest is there, Dani Alves is there at right back, it will be quite difficult, for him to have minutes. Except Gavi have second thoughts, I don't know. Then talking about midfield, that Roberto can also play midfield. That is even the worst place because the competition in midfield is quite high. We have talented players, Pedri, Gavi. Of course, with Pedri injured, that can still help him. Who knows? Pedri is injured. Pedri is not available. That could still create some chance for him, maybe. But it's still quite difficult for him to get minutes because the midfield is still having some talented and of course, reliable players there. So fingers crossed, it'll be interesting to see what Barca decide come end of season when it comes to Sergio Roberto's future. With Matteo Alemany, our sporting director, set to meet again with his agent maybe later today. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona's pursuit of Robert Lewandowski has been made tricky by Bayern Munich's stance on their ace goal scorer. The 33-year-old is entering the final year of his contract with the German champions, and meaningful talks over a new deal are yet to take place. The striker is demanding a long-term deal with Der Rotten, have been reluctant to offer, leading to a standoff in contract talks. But Bayern Munich are uninterested in a sale and remain keen on working out an agreement or an arrangement to extend his contract. Even if they consider a sale, the German champions would demand a significant sum, which might end in a problematic way for Barca. And Sport is now reporting that Bayern Munich would be reluctant to accept any Barca player as part of the deal in an attempt from Barca to reduce the asking price for Lewandowski. The report claims that the Bavarian Giants feel that the wage structure of Barca is crazy and that some of the players are way too overpaid by the club, which they cannot afford due to their more disciplined and stringent wage structure. However, the only player that Bayern are interested is in midfield prodigy Gavi. The 17-year-old's breakthrough season at Camp Nou has attracted a lot of eyeballs from across Europe, with Bayern among his admirers. However, Gavi is not for sale, and Barcelona are working to tie him down to a new contract. So the possibility of the La Masia graduate being part of the Lewandowski deal is not on the table at all. Another Barcelona player that Bayern Munich held an interest is in Sergio Dest. While the player, could be allowed to leave, the Bavarian Giants are unlikely to accept him either, as they are closing in on the capture of Nusser Mazraoui from Ajax. So it remains to be seen how things evolve in Barca's pursuit of Robert Lewandowski and whether they can convince Bayern to part ways with their legendary striker. So callers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.